Hello, my dear addict friends, and welcome back to my universe of true love, my virtual universe. My name is Emily Sussman, of course, and today we are doing what I am not very attractively calling recovery homework. Although if I think of a better title for this kind of content, I will certainly use it, because I know the idea of doing homework, it doesn't really appeal to most of us grown-ups. And yet, I also want to provide you guys with the kind of guidance, resources, information that can help you keep your motivation to stay to, just for example, a sober way of life, an honest way of life, a connected way of life, a joyful way of life, that can keep that goal, that desire at the forefront of your experience and your mind. Because remember, the trap that we really want to avoid falling into again and again and again has to do with just repeating old emotional cycles and old thought patterns. So my point is, if we can do self-reflection work like at nighttime or first thing in the morning, that really keeps our motivation high and keeps our reasons for why we're doing what we're doing and towards the goal again at the forefront, then we run much lower of a risk of slipping off that center where we want to be. So this exercise, sorry for all that hoopla at the beginning, is called Addict versus True Self. And that's the idea too. Like, I introduced it with a lot of whys. Why are we doing homework? But the idea is, once you get into a daily discipline of doing some kind of self-reflection, and I'm hoping to give you a lot of ideas for these self-reflection exercises, but once you get into this daily discipline, you're not even going to need to think about it. You're going to sit down in your comfy chair with whatever you need to, make this a engaging activity for you, whether that's colored pens or doing it on your phone in a notes app or something like that. But the idea is to not even think about it, to just do it, because you know it works. And it works because you are doing these things every day to keep your motivation high and to keep your center where you want it to be. So addict versus true self, nothing could be simpler. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. And on one side of the paper, you are going to be writing down a list of attributes, characteristics, feelings, behaviors, whatever, just throw them all in there, that really for you represent what your addict does to you. I know my addict is selfish to the nth degree, right? Will do anything it can do, including, beg, borrow, and steal, trample all over people in order to get what it wants. It will lie, it will cheat. It will do anything. It is ruthless. It is self-centered. What else? It is very anxious. It doesn't think it's going to get what it needs to get, so it does desperate things in an attempt to get them, things that don't represent who I really am. So you get the idea. All the behaviors, all the feelings, all the attitudes that you think represent who you really aren't, but those parts of you that do tend to come out when you're chasing your drug, when you're engaged in a relationship with your drug, or really any type of behavior that feels problematic or out of control. That's going to be on your addict side of the paper. Your true self side is very different. Your true self contains all the best parts of you, the feelings, attributes, patterns, characteristics that your family says they love about you. It's okay even if you don't fully buy into them just yet. But they aren't, the true self side isn't just, things that other people observe in you or that you've got validation from the outside world yet. But they're also those things that you're just hoping to explore in yourself, because you know there's something real inside you that is dying to express them in some way. Maybe there's a part of you that is very creative and you want to really start leaning into that and play that up. Put creative on your true self side. If it's in you, if it's an authentic desire to be or to do or to have something like that, then by all means, it is part of who you are. And that is what we are really pointing ourselves towards in recovery, as a way to bring out the good and diminish the stuff that isn't working for us. Because eventually over time, we do see how doing the side on the left stuff, the addict stuff, it keeps us away from the good stuff that we want to move towards. So again, this is a really simple but also really powerful self-reflection exercise that can just sort of help delineate for you at these, maybe an early or, wherever you are in your recovery. But when we write things down, when we get them on paper, it makes them real. And we do want this information and this knowledge, this insight to be really made real and, again, front and center for you. Addict versus True Self. Check out the book that the exercise is based on, The Addict's Guide to Recovery. And I hope to be putting many more resources up here in the name of recovery homework. That's all I got.